YouTube world, Mac Daddy 1911A1 here with Shade Tree Survivalist. I really wasn't 100% satisfied with that last video explaining the slide stop. Reason the sometimes the slide stop will engage when the handgun, the 1911, is not empty. Okay, and there's still cartridges in the magazine. So I decided to do some quick, sloppy illustrations, and hopefully you guys could benefit from this. But I've got it from different angles, so maybe you can get an idea. First things first, this here is a GI follower from the original style magazines and later style magazines. Yours may or may not look like that. This here is a polymer Wilson Combat style, okay, and yours may or may not look like that. The gun is the 1911 is 100 plus years old, okay, 107 years and counting. They have been many modifications. There's been many different style magazines, different style magazine followers, and on and on and on and on, because it's been around for so long and it's been in a competition, real competition, since the 1930s, okay? So without further ado, let's get this right here is the lug, okay? This is your slide stop, looking at it from the rear. This is from the left side, from the left front, okay? So I figure you guys can figure it out. Right here, right there, is where you're generally going to have your problem. Let's zoom in on that, shall we? So if you're having a problem, this is the lug, looking at it from the rear. And if right here in this section, this little tiny section right in here, if you've got a slug trail of copper off the bullet, off the actual bullet of the cartridge now, all you damn language Nazis out there, calm down. But if the actual bullet is touching it, you'll have a little tiny slug trail, okay, of copper that will adhere to the back side of the lug, okay. Not the flat bottom. You do not want to remove any of that. But this portion of the lug right in here, this is what you're going to remove. And I didn't illustrate that well enough. And I didn't actually, I don't think I removed enough initially on the auto ordnance in this section right here, because I was so afraid of touching this flat bottom. All right, and I'll show you why. The engagement surface of the edge of that lug is so tiny, because all it's touching is that lip right there, okay, on the newer, more modern style. Okay, this area is hollow. I mean, it's empty. There's nothing there. There's a wall that comes down and it curves back, and it's very thin. All it's doing is engaging the very edge of that. So if the cartridges, as they're moving up before this gets into it, are touching the lug in this area, then that's what your problem is. You'll have a slug trail of copper. Okay, and from this angle here, you see our key, and the blue is your slide stop, slide lock. The follower is in green, which you can barely make out in this particular area, but right there it is around the bullet and the cartridge case. The magazine tube is orange. Here's the feed lips of the magazine. The frame of the gun is in yellow. The maroon is your slide, and we've got a sort of an exploded view here. And then, of course, the cartridge is red. But this is what you typically see. That's all you can see. So you really cannot see how it is interacting. But let's look at another angle. All right, and from this angle, you can see the lug from the rear. If you had the handgun up in a proper firing grip, this is the angle that will be presented, except, of course, you've got the frame, the slide, and, of course, the plunger tube at the rear of the gun right in here in this area, okay? That's the reason I've got this little hollowed out spot there that you probably can barely see. This is from outside the firearm with the frame removed, the slide removed, and so forth, with an empty magazine, and it's being pushed upward, okay? So it's going upward from the spring pressure pushing the follower up. This is your old GI style, and this right here, this little step down, that's what would capture the lug on the slide stop and push it up and lock it open. Now this is a uniquely American idea originally, I think. Okay, I'm not a huge historian on firearms development. There's just thousands and thousands and thousands of different firearms that were developed over time. But let's take the AK-47 for instance. It does not have a slide stop or a bolt stop. Okay, it does not work like an American rifle such as an M1A, M14, M16, M1 Garand, of course your 1911s and so forth. This is a visual indicator that the firearm is empty when you slap a loaded magazine in it, or in the case of the M1 Garand, an M-block clip. That is what it is called, an M-block clip, which contain 8 rounds. The last, when you get it all the way in there, or the magazine fully inserted, some of them will go ahead and snap the bolt or the slide shut, and then some of them, like the M14, I guess the AR is the same way, and if the 1911, you have to manually either work the slide / bolt and or push down on the slide release. Okay, that is one of the things. I mean, it's just after a while, you know. I mean, if you use the same magazines all the time, you already know that was your last round. Your brain's keeping count with all this stuff. It's long-term muscle memory, and in this case, the gray matter muscle. But the last cartridge, as it's pushed up into the chamber here, holds this down, okay, until the slide shuts, and it'll shut just enough to keep that the magazine follower from pushing the slide stop up. As the firearm is fired, the slide comes to the rear and extracts and ejects the spent case. That will allow, as the slide is back in this area, the follower to push on up, complete its job, which is to lock open the slide lock. It's something, it's pretty daggum simple. But anywho, back over here on the lug, it's from the flat edge in this little area right here, this little curved area right here. That is generally what you're going to have touching the bullet of the cartridge. Okay, and you can see it from this angle right here. That's what will be touching. You don't want to remove any of the flat portion of the bottom, okay, from here to here. But from that little hump, that little area right there of the lug, that's what you're going to want to remove if that's your problem. Just gently, 1 or 2 strokes, fit it and test it. 1 or 2 strokes, fit it and test it, okay? Just be careful, keep your finger off the damn trigger, don't shoot yourself. But anywho, this is MacDaddy 1911A1 with another video hoping to help you guys out there who have the 1911s that giving you any problem. While I'm at it, let me stop the video. While we're at it, let me go ahead and say this. If you Duracoat, if you Cerakote, or any other type of coating, any of your parts, especially the slide stop, and for some reason it sticks and it doesn't open, but you know the magazine's good, you know that the magazine is strong, it's brand new, whatever, where the pin goes through the frame and where the pin goes through the swinging link of the barrel, the dimensions may be a little much. Okay, that was when I first got the Colt Combat Unit. That was the only problem I had. It would not lock open on the last round, as we've been discussing this whole time. All I did is polish that coating off that damn pin. Okay, it's a stainless steel part. I'm not worried about corrosion. I grease it or oil it anyway, so I'm not worried about corrosion. What I'm worried about is it sticking. So I want that thing to be able to float freely and go right up in there and stop the slide after the last round, okay? So if it's sticking and not wanting to function, and you know the magazine is good, and in this particular case I was using my Wilson Combat, and I was also using the Colt branded magazines that came with it. All, 4 of those were brand spanking new, and the damn thing was sticking and refusing to go up every time. That's all it was. Okay, I polished the back side of it. This back side here, I polished it to make sure it wasn't dragging on the plunger tube pin. And when that did nothing, I just simply polished it from this entire pen right here. Okay, I just polished it off except the nipple. I wanted the nipple to stay black so that it wouldn't shine, but everything else, all I did is I just took some emery cloth and I wrapped around it and I slowly turned it until I had all that polished out and it was nice and shiny and smooth, and there was a slight little nick in there, and that was the problem. That should have been caught by quality control. When you're doing thousands of these parts a day or whatever, you know, something get there, no freaking big deal. It took 5 freaking minutes. 10-4 Roger. I mean, people, they freak out, well, it should be right. Yeah, well, it's an all steel gun, get over it. Duh. You know, but that's all I had to do is just polish that pen, and it has functioned flawlessly, except when I introduced a heap of crap and crud into the gun, and it still worked. This portion of the gun worked flawlessly. If you watch the Okefenokee Baptism Part 1 and Okefenokee Baptism Part 2, where I used the Colt Combat Unit in those extreme environments, we didn't have problems with this, okay? Cycling, smoothly pushing the cartridge up in the barrel, we had troubles there, and then later on the second go around, it locked up when the hammer had enough crud between it and the beaver tail that it just simply could not cycle the slide all the way to the rear to finish the cocking and feeding portion before it went back forward because of the mud and the crap that built up under the hammer. But that's for another video. Thank you very much for watching. This is MacDaddy1911A1 with his drawings. And hopefully this illustration helps somebody some way, shape, or form. I know I'm beating a dead horse, and I've covered this in several videos now, but ladies and gentlemen, I want to make, you know, it easier to understand. As I'm learning, I'll try to pass on what I learned, and because I'm not an expert, I'm a freaking absolute novice, and I'm just trying to pass it on and maybe explain it a better way, a different way, using these very quick, simple illustrations that might help. So, anywho, this is MacDaddy1911A1. Y'all be good. Take care of yourself. Happy New Year, everyone. And we'll talk to you on the flip-flop.